shit, man. Don't matter. I like Gnarls Barkley. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy just like you. Ooh, I hope you have the time of your life. But don't think twice. My only advice. Who do you think you are? A shooting star, that's what you are. Maybe I'm crazy. No, there's no maybe about it. I've been drinking from the crazy barrel. Yep. He's talking about world peace again. He's drinking from the crazy barrel. Whatever. You know what world peace basically means, right? To me, like, it just means that you're vocally opposed to violence. You don't practice violence. And if you actually see or hear about violence in real life, you know, you stop to think about how abhorrent it is, you know, rather than just going, oh, you got knocked the fuck out, you know? Instead of sounding like Smokey and Friday, Chris Tucker's character, oh, you just got knocked the fuck out. Yeah. Instead of being like that, maybe if you could just be like, are you okay? You need an ambulance? You need a doctor? How about an ice pack? We could probably neutralize the swelling if we put some ice on that right away. Otherwise, it's going to look pretty bad tomorrow. Oh, jeez. I think you're bleeding. Like, that's really... It's like it starts with you, and then it spirals outward. And then next thing you know, it's impossible to have war anymore because nobody's willing to actually, like, suit up and go to war. It's like, if you're going to go to war, you better have a really good reason. You know what I mean? Like, defending your, you know, homeland, your nation. If you're being invaded and you need to defend your turf, well, fuck, I guess that's a good reason to war. Okay. Seriously, it seems like a lot of the war that I've experienced, you know, watching it happen on my TV, reading about it in my newspapers, it seems like a lot of the war I've experienced has been rather arbitrary and trivial at best. And had very little to do with actual, like, you know, defending your turf and all that. It was more like just silly, just bullshit. It's like, you know, a war is complete bullshit when the people are protesting it the whole time, and it has no effect on the war whatsoever. Like, if you're in the middle of Desert Storm, and you got, like, the majority of the country saying, no blood for oil, end this war now, I didn't vote for this war. If that's what's happening, and that war is still happening, it just might be some arbitrary crusade for oil, go figure. And that, guess what? When that happens, that generates bad sentiment in our direction. But, you know, the president doesn't have to care, because they're only around for 4 years, and then some other sucker gets to take all the bad sentiment that was being directed at that previous president, because it's not, it's like the sentiment isn't going to go anywhere, the bad sentiment. It's going to keep getting hurled in that general direction. But lucky for that dick, that asshole president, yeah, whoever it might have been, yeah, they only had to do 4 years. They're a one-termer. And they got so much war in, right? Gee, I wonder which president I'm talking about. You have to think too hard. I don't think Trump had a war happening. Was there? I mean, aside from the usual drug war nonsense, right? If anything, I think they were trying to, like, not have North Korea all, like, I think everything was pretty mellow, wasn't it? Aside from the White House thing. But that wasn't war. That was just silly protesting. Like, this protesting gone wild. Protesting gone awry. How many lives got ruined that day, I wonder. A lot of those protesters went to prison. Some of them are still locked up, I hear. Far out. You know, I personally, I'll admit this to you because you're my people. I know there's, like, is there anybody in here? You know, we've been streaming for a few hours here on the 0001 and the ZTA rules. I'm just going to assume nobody's here. If I'm wrong, please forgive me. I'm trying to have a break, have a smoke break. But here's the deal. You know, whether you people want me or not, I am, you know, you're my people. Anything I say about video games here is like, yeah, I'm preaching to the choir, even though the choir is on vacation. Don't matter to me. I'm where I belong, essentially. ZOT's home, I suppose. I mean, it's not public access, but definitely video game compatible. And so what? Well, like, might as well just tell it like it is. You probably thought that was going to elude or lead up to something, right? No, that's it. I ended the sentence with, might as well just tell it like it is. That's what we were doing before I said that, so. But that's the way it is, man. Just telling it like it is. True talk. ZOT's in Video Gamer Central, where millions of gamers are like all twitching out at the same time all the time. Like, that's cool. I like it better this way anyways, because I don't feel like I'm ignoring anybody, you know? I don't think anybody appreciates. Granted, I don't think, see, here's the deal, okay? I don't think that, like, the whole video game thing, you know, and, like, live video, I don't think it's really about the chat room. I know a lot of you would beg to differ with me, okay? You want to know what it's really about? I'll tell you. For me, it's about the ease with which one can get some video out there. It's about the content, not the chat. The chat room and the emojis, that's just like crack. That's the crack that keeps your fans hanging around. That's the crack cocaine, yeah. And I haven't been like pushing the crack cocaine on my fans in the chat room, so that's why nobody's here. But really, it doesn't matter because it's just a quick, easy way to get the video game. Like if I were to play a video game and record it, and then have to edit it, the whole 9 yards, that becomes a tedious, time-consuming process, and that sucks. But when you got the stream, it's convenient. All right, that's what it's about. And I'm sure many a Twitch producer would agree with that sentiment. I'm not sure which ones, because I haven't really been hanging out in anybody's stream lately. I'm terribly antisocial. It's not my fault. It's not. I don't know what specific, I don't know whom is the responsible, whom specifically, who's at fault, but I wasn't like this. I was pretty balanced for like, doesn't even matter, I don't want to even talk about it. Just say for a few years I was a pretty well-balanced person until somebody decided to fuck up my whole life. Whoever that person was, I don't know, man. Maybe it was a coordinated effort and the parties were just combined. Maybe it was a conspiracy. You know, it was probably one of those unspoken conspiracies, you know. They're all reading out of the same playbook, basically. That's society for you. That's life. Like I say, if you're going to break all the rules, why even play the game? Why don't we just get up on stage already and have some fun? Why do we got to play these stupid games with stupid rules and then break all the rules? It's like, I didn't need to play a game in the first place. You know, that's pretty much what bureaucracy, red tape. You ever heard of a bureaucrat? That's, yeah, bureaucracy, red tape, jumping through hoops, having policies and procedures, having end-user license agreements. How about patient contracts? How about a curriculum? All these games that we play. For what? For what? Can somebody tell me? Why did I play these stupid games my whole life? They didn't lead to anything except a big fat waste of time. Thanks. Thanks for wasting my precious time. I'm going to spend the rest of my life trying to get that time back, and I never will, but maybe somehow it'll balance out by the time I die. You can believe that. And most people don't get it because they don't go through the shit that I've been through. Let's just say a lot of near-death experiences and a whole lot of close people dying. When you got death, you either wind up like Kevin Key up on a stage wearing white ghost makeup covered in K-Row corn syrup and red dye number 40, spazzing out to cardboard virtual reality. You know, I think Google probably owes, like, Skinny Puppy some patent money, some copyright money, because they were doing the cardboard virtual reality helmets first, okay? You saw it. Hopefully you saw it. It's true. They probably owe some royalties in that direction, man. They think they're so unique with their cardboard virtual reality. No. That's been around. Trust me. Trust me. It's on stage. Anyways. Yeah, man. It's like when you spend your life going to school, being broke, and then having to get a job, and then, like, barely keeping your head above water, and then finding that you need to go back to school so you can make enough money to keep your head, like, way above the water. Yeah. But then, like, people start dying and you get in bad accidents, and then you realize, oh, fuck, I'm going to be below water the rest of my life because I got fucked up. It's that easy. In a car accident, in a bicycle accident, in a work-related industrial accident. About a million ways you can end up totally fucked, and all that time that you spent becoming a master whatever the fuck, it just amounts to jack diddly squat, because you'll never be the same. It's really easy to have that happen. Like, let's say that you go swimming and your head's like underwater for like a little too long and you pass out. And then your lungs start to fill up with water and your brain starts to die. And then you get resuscitated, but like half your brain died. Yeah, you're never going to be the same. That's a real easy... That happens to people all the fucking time. Especially people that live by water. Yeah. It's like nobody gets it. Our entire society is fucked up. All this competitive bullshit, all the games we play, they're not fun. They're counterproductive. But whatever, man. I guess it's the only system that's ever worked for these, you know, caveman humans, our ancestors. I mean, shit, man. As far as I'm concerned, I'm a caveman human, okay? I'm thinking this new generation might be able to just survive without competition. They might just be that good. But who will ever know? How will they have the opportunity? Beats me. Don't ask me, kid. I just point out the flaws. I don't tell you how to fix them. Get a white hat to do that. I'm more of a gray hat. If you can believe that. I just point out the flaws usually. Alright, enough with the music. It's getting me a little too philosophical. You know what I mean? It's fun while it lasted, though. It's basically like a sign from God. When you start accidentally unplugging your instrument, maybe it's time to put it up. Fate, man. It's just gonna have